Good morning, students of Level 6, Campus 9, Falconer's Grammar School. This is Mashaal here, and today we're basically continuing the revision that we started in our last from our last sessions. Now, basically, inshallah, today we're going to be covering our conquering Greeks chapter. Now, when we see from where when we actually see the page number 65, this is the page from which today's video will start. We see that King Darius, the great King Darius, wanted to basically expand his empire. He always wanted to expand his empire, and before doing that, he wanted to basically explore his surrounding areas first, see if they were actually valuable enough for him to conquer them. So he sent out explorers all over his surrounding areas. He sent out explorers to Indus Valley as well, and here basically his reporters came back, and they basically were impressed by what they saw in the east, in the Indus Valley. They basically told about how it is full of value and full of richness, and how it should be conquered. King Darius eventually did conquer it, by I think in the coming years. We are also told about Taxila, how important was Taxila as a trading city. Now you guys must remember the royal route or the royal highway, which King Darius made in his kingdom, which basically stretched from one end to the other. Now Taxila was one of the major cities on this very highway. We are told that it became a trading route, a melting pot of different traders and merchants who basically commuted through this royal highway, traveling with their goods to basically sell it in another area. So Taxila became very important as it connected multiple cities. In fact, almost all of northern India to Central Asia and also China. So it became a melting pot of different traders, and eventually it became a cultural center as well. It had a university, one of the earliest universities in the world at that point of time, which was very famous, and students came from as far as China to study here. And we are told that by 5th century BC, it was basically providing courses in law, social sciences, mathematics, law, astronomy, and whatnot. Okay, so now finally we look at the Great Persian War with the Greeks. Now, again, as I told you, Darius wanted to basically expand his empire, and he set his sights on the Greeks. He basically realized that Greek civilization was also of immense value and immense richness, and it would do his empire a lot good if that is added to his empire. So he set out to conquer it, and by 490 BC, Darius basically sent an army to capture it. Now, Battle of the Marathon was the first marathon that was fought. In it, Spartans, which was one of the most powerful armies of the Greek Empire, refused to participate as they had a festival to attend to. So Athens alone had to fight them, and they were vastly outnumbered by the Persian Empire, yet a Persian army, yet they were able to defeat it. Now, Battle of Marathon, we are told, was given the name of marathon because one of the runners ran around, I believe, 40 kilometers non-stop to deliver the message of victory to the Athenian leadership. And by the time he delivered his message, he collapsed and died. So from there, the Battle of Marathon basically was taken. Battle of Thermopylae, again, that is something that we have discussed in great length. Battle of Thermopylae was one of the most famous battles, not just in Greek-Persian War, but also in the world. It's one of the most famous last stands, where almost 300 Greeks were able to, stop thousands and thousands of Persian army. Eventually, they were, given away by one of the treacherous Greek soldier, who told the Persians about a secret passage from which they could attack the Greeks, which they eventually did, and the Persians were basically killed off. So that is it. The Battle of Thermopylae. We're going to do till Battle of Thermopylae today. In the next session, the idea is to basically complete it. Okay, and then we're gonna be further looking into the next chapter, that will be of Greek civilization. Alright, I hope you have understood each and everything that I was trying to tell you. Again, any questions, any concerns, you can always ask me. All right, take care then. Allah Hafiz.